Hello and welcome to Solforge Friday, Week 6. I'm Marshall, writer for Steam Game Fans. This week we explore the Tempys faction. We built a new deck using fast-striking Tempys cards. Okay, so taking a quick look at the new deck, we've got Zix Storm Herald, which battles an additional time each turn once you activate him. It's our only legendary, so we'll work with him. We also have another one. We have a Stormforge avatar that's like the other avatars that gain beef for each of the same faction. We have Static Shock, which gives us a free spell after we play it and deals an increasing amount of small damage. Spirit Flame Mystic, that one actually deals damage when it's destroyed on our turn, so it's a good one to throw under the bus that will also put through some extra damage afterwards, usually killing the creature that killed it, and others potentially. Seismic Adept allows us to move their creatures to different spaces, and an important thing to notice about Seismic Adept is that at all three levels, his ability affects all three levels of creatures. The Pyre Giant actually gets double its attack each time it comes out if no one's in its other lane and it's aggressive. Fire Fist Uranti, this one deals damage equal to its attack for activation. The Cinder Fist Brawler deals double damage to a player. It's worded funny on the card, but if it does 14, it's actually doing 28 if it goes through to the player, not to other creatures. The Bolt deals 3 damage at level 1, 10 at level 2, and 20 at level 3. It's an amazing scale card, so we definitely have both of those in there that I think we have. If we have another one, we may have taken one out because we weren't using them as often, but that's what testing a new deck is. We're actually going to make a few changes to this one. The Rift Lasher, this one's great. When it deals damage, you can actually choose to deal that much damage to another creature if it gets through to a player. Iceborne Fortitude can give our creatures extra health, up to 10 at the end. That can be a really big deal. Flameshaper Savant, we know what the Savants do. This one does burn damage at 4 and 7 at level 2 and 3. The Ashurian Mystic is aggressive, and when it deals damage to a player, it gets beef. And then a Seer's Blessing, this is a card that turns things into Ashurian Mystic, but we're going to get rid of it. In our playtesting, we've seen that we haven't used it much, so we're going to go ahead and actually add, most likely, some Alloyin to this. Warmonger mod could be really useful with some of the cards that get through quickly. Wish we had more than one. One of the things about a free account is you're really looking for cards like that occasionally, and I would really like to find a couple more Warmonger mods. The other thing I think that I want to do here is it'd be nice to give some mobility to something, but I think that we're in the wrong faction to grant mobility. So we definitely have the tech upgrade that we've used before, the extra armor and attack, and I could see that being pretty strong, especially with our legendary that attacks twice or some other cards. So I think we're going to go with tech upgrade, and we might actually add more of those than anything. Actually add more of those and take out some of the Tempys cards, because I think this has quite a bit more power in tech upgrade. It is a really great card. It's can add a lot of power to creatures that people don't expect to be dealing with. So. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have to remove, because we're 4 cards heavy right now. One thing about the deck manager, I wish they would have some different options than the 2. The other one's to look at the cards, but they're fairly large. So let's see. We've decided to remove the two Ashurian Mystic Makers. Let's see what else we can get rid of. I think we get rid of 1 Uranti. We rarely see ourselves activating that. And let's go ahead and save. And it's actually going to tell us now that we need to be exactly 30 cards. I did forget that, and I'm glad it reminded me. So, Static Shock gives us free spells. We definitely want to keep that. I think we'll go down 1 tech upgrade since we haven't tested it much. We don't want to invest in 3 of them. Let's go ahead and save. And now we'll go ahead and play. We'll play against a random normal computer just to test our changes and to show that the deck functions. That's really all we're looking to do right now. So we start with a Stormforged avatar. A good play to start with. He matches our avatar with the Prowler, which is the equivalent. Let's see here. We have a bolt, which is good. We can do 3 damage. I think actually, though, since the idea is to put lots of damage through quickly, we're actually going to move this Stormforged avatar over, double his attack, and swing for 14 here. I think what we'll do in terms of the Deep Branch Prowler is put our largest threat in front of it, the Seismic Adept. But dealing 14 on the first, couple of turns is pretty substantial. Now we have 14 wide open, but he has more than that pending. Let's go ahead and take a look here. The Mystic is going to be good because when it dies, it's going to deal damage to everyone. And I think that's actually going to be pretty good in terms of getting rid of most of his board. Let's watch. Yeah, that's fantastic. So that worked out great. Now we've got control. We did another 14. Look at this, 58 to 92, and it's been a few attack phases, 44 to 86. I don't mind trading 6 to 14 this early in the game at all. I'm gonna go ahead and help him out here. I'm gonna get rid of his creature and try and deal some damage to this avatar. I think he doesn't realize how fast this is coming through, possibly because he's a computer and not a person. One of the flaws of testing this way is that sometimes the computer doesn't make the best decisions, even on hard. Sometimes hard, I feel like just it gets better draws. So it did finally get rid of that one, but it's at 36. Now the tech upgrade that we added comes into play here, and we keep Zix alive. We'll be able to kill both the Grove Matriarch and its spawn, and we get to put another Zix out. So that's a pretty interesting play. We get our second battle with Zix, because remember he can activate for a second battle phase. He's dead now, but he did do his job. 28 to 86. We'll move into the Flame Shaper Savant. He's going to be alive because when we play this level 1, we're going to burn the Flamestroke Shaman. Okay, so we are going to lose our Zix, but now we have a 16-1 Deepwood Bear Raider that dies to our Flame Shaper Savant no matter what. We play a level 1 card, we get rid of it, and we're going to play a level 1 Bolt and get rid of the Flamestroke Shaman. And then burn down the bear. Sorry, Bear Raider. It isn't just a bear. And then the Fire Fist Urani goes down to 2 health whenever we play another level 1 card. It's tempting to play that Seismic Adept, but really at this point 13 to 70 there's no reason. We just want to get the threats out of the way. And that's a guaranteed win. He can't block all that damage. So that's 3. That was a very quick win. That deck seems to work pretty well. So that's a nice win. As always, I'm Marshall. Thanks for coming by and checking out Steam Game Fans Solforge Friday. And we'll see you next week. Have a great weekend.